All right, good morning, everyone. So we are going to proceed with our cash book. This time around, I will be doing the cash payments channel. I'll try to make it short, as I can see that our receipt is too long. So we are going to process our cash book, process cash book, then select process cash book. So now, as we open this, you'll notice that it's on the payment already. Let me just go back to the receipts. The receipts are there. This information will remain here up until you update. You will not lose this information when you close it. So now I'm going to switch to payments. Remember, you go to settings before you start to activate text processing. You must make sure that you activate text processing. Then also activate inclusive. So if the account that you are recording is taxable, it means that amount is already inclusive. So if you leave it as exclusive, then it will be wrong. Then secondly, increment reference, I'll leave it as yes because our references are changing. Then I'm closing here. Now let's start we're on page 17 under payments. It says here P02/001 Pencafe paid rent for the month of March. So now we are going to identify the transaction. The P02001 is our reference. So we are going to use that reference again to identify the transaction from the bank statement so that we can get full details. So is the third transaction is balance, and then R02 on the bank statement, and then number 3 is the one that we need to record. All right. So the date of the transaction, remember period is 2. You leave it as you put 2 here. The date of the transaction according to the bank statement is 01. GCS is the general ledger, customer or supplier. It is a general ledger. It's not a customer. It's not a supplier. So you leave it as G. Enter twice. This one is rent paid. So you'll activate the description if you want to search with description. You type the letter R. We have rent received, rent paid. You never use rent received to do a payment. You never use rent paid to do a receipt. So yeah, now I'm going to click my rent paid, because if you select the wrong one, the whole transaction will be wrong, as we use line marking in our receipts. So line marking means that the account and the amount must be correct. If the account is correct, the amount is wrong, then you get wrong. If the amount is correct, the account is wrong, then it must be marked wrong. So now our reference is P 02/001. Now description will type the name from the bank statement. We'll use that as our description. Proof central punish. Then let's check if it's taxable rent. Rent, yeah. Rent paid. The last page, admissible tax deductions. Admissible deductions on input tax. Rent paid, rent received. Rent paid, rent received. It says no. The checkbox is on the no column. So you leave it as 00 on the tax part. That's what it says. And the amount, it's 35,700. Just like that, you are done with your first transaction. Enter to the next line, enter until the date. On the next line, you notice that the period did not change, it's still 2. You can just leave it like that. All right, so the next transaction here is P02002. It says here, Pencafe uses PS Ginshaw for business insurance. Pencafe also included the monthly personal insurance of 2,313.15 cents on behalf of the owner. So now this simply means that we have 2 accounts from this transaction. So from this reference, we have 2 accounts. One, it will be insurance. The second one will be drawings. Drawings for the insurance paid on behalf of the owner. And the amount for the owner is given is 2,313. Now, whatever amount that appears on the bank statement, we are going to subtract the one for the owner so that we can get the amount of the amount paid for the business insurance for the business, right? So you don't record the full amount that appears on the bank statement for the business. Basically, you add this one as well, because then that will be wrong. Remember, both will be sharing the same reference, meaning that when you add the two, you should get the very same amount that appears on the bank statement. Okay, maybe you'll get to understand more, because sometimes I might explain, you find that you don't understand. All right, so the date, let's identify the transaction from the bank statement. Is dated Mhlaga 1 as well. So it's up to you which one you want to start with. So I will start with the insurance one. I for insurance, and then you select insurance. Here it is. Enter until reference. The reference is correct. It has increased. Then description, you will type the name of the insurance. All right. PS. Okay. This one is taxable. Let's check insurance on the last page. Insurance. Insurance. Do we have insurance? No, yes, we have insurance. Taxes, yes. But the drawings one is not taxable. The amount now, for this one, we need to go to the bank statement and identify the amount. The total amount here paid to the insurer is 6,000. Let me open a calculator. Where's the calculator? All right, let me do this calculator. So the total amount that appears on the bank statement is 6,813.60. So this is the total amount paid for both the employer, the company, and the owner. So now, out of this, from this amount, you must subtract the one for the owner. So you say minus the amount for the owner, which is 2,313.34 cents. Oh, 0.15 cents. Yes, 0.15. So this one is the one for the owner, 5,545 cents. It's 5,545 cents. Enter. Enter into the next line. The next line is still the same date. And now the account is drawings. You type D for drawings. You select drawings. So you make sure that the reference stays the same. The reference is the same because both transactions are from the same reference. So the reference must repeat. You can leave the description the same because this is the insurer. Then the text is 0. Now this one is given. You type it as it is, 2,313.15 cents. So guys, what I was saying to you is that when you add these two together, because they are using the same reference, they must give you the very same total that you see from the bank statement. When you add these two together, you don't record that one as it is, basically you record this one as it is. No. The total amount paid to the insurer is 6,813.60 cents. And this amount is for both the company and the owner. So it must be subtracted to get this one, the one for the owner as given. So enter into the next line, enter into the date. Let's look at our that. So P02003, it says EFT for paying the business phone account. It's 1,080.34. So this one is telephone. Let's identify from the bank statement P02003. Okay, here it is. The date is 02. Type the date 02. GCS is G. Type the letter T for telephone. You select telephone and fax. Enter until the reference must change. You see, it's P02003. Correct. So now this side you'll type, let's see here, 03 P. Okay, telecom is telecom. The description is telecom. Now let's check if telephone is taxable. We have telephone here. Telephone taxable. It says yes. It's active. 01. The amount is how much? It's 1,830 point 1,830.34. Then turn to the next line, just like that. We are done with reference number 3. We go to number 4. It says here, Pencafe paid for Mattel the monthly subscription for unlimited Wi-Fi. Modify and use the expense account 3400. It means that we are going to rename this account 3400 to Wi-Fi monthly subscription. So now the date, let's identify P04 04 04 04, dated Mhlaka 6. The date is 06. GCS is G. Now you search for 3400 3400. There you go. We have 3400. Here it says courier and postage. Then you say modify. Modify means you rename. So it's either the examiner will say rename the account to, so it's modify on the system, but modify means rename. So you will type Wi-Fi Wi-Fi monthly subscription. Then it's an expense you save. Now you can use it after saving. All right. So you can search with 3400 since you know now it appears with the name that you are given. Enter, the reference is increasing 04, enter into description. Then description, let's see, we'll type. The description is you'll find it from the bank statement. But also from the instruction when you read. It's there, it's there. So let's check if it's flexible. What the fuck? Wi-Fi monthly subscription, it says yes. You'll put text. It's the last one from the attached addendum. The amount is 1141, comma 1141.00. Okay, just leave it. Enter until the next line, enter until date. I'm stopping at the date because I need to verify the date of the next transaction. The next one, it says here, replenish the petty cash. Replenish the petty cash to 05 05 05 05 05. It's written petty cash here on the bank statement. Date is 25. You put 25. And then to get a list, you type P for petty cash. Activate the, or you can search with 84 if I'm not mistaken. P, then type description, then type P for petty cash. Yes, petty cash. Reference is 5. Description, you can say, yeah, it's cash. Petty cash. Cash for petty cash. Text, just leave it as 00. The amount, let's see from the bank statement. It's 1050, 1050 rands. Just like that, you are done with number 5. Number 6, it says amount paid in lieu of salary. All right, salary. Let's identify P06. Okay, Innocentia Moholo. So the date is 30. Oh, sorry, I'm on the period 02. Then it's 30. This one, it's with salaries. Is it salaries and wages? Yes. All right. Then you will type the name, Innocentia. Let's check if it's taxable. Salaries and wages, tax is no. I leave it as 0. The amount is 12,270, comma 12,270, comma 75, comma 75. Enter until next line, enter until date. All right. We are moving, guys. The next one is P07, P02007 bank charge. We identify from the bank statement. Okay, 07 is tax levy, date is dating. GCS is G. You type B. We're looking for bank charges. We do have bank charges. Guys, remember in accounting, bank charges, normally you add them together, but here and here we record them separate. If it's tax levy, it goes alone. Cash handling fee alone, you don't add them together. So the description, it will be the name of the bank, the name of the bank, basically include tax levy, you can just say tax levy. This one, tax levy is not taxable, guys. If you can check on the attached addendum, all the other bank charges are taxable except for tax levy. So you leave it as 0. The amount for tax levy is 32.56, 32.56. Let me verify, 32.56, correct. And turn to the next line, just like that. We're done with number 7. We'll go to number 8. Trying to move fast. Bank charge again. Let's check number 8. Bank charge is a cash ending fee. Date is dating. Again, you select bank charge. They are both bank charges. There is no problem with that. It's bank charge. The difference here will be the description. You'll remove tax levy and you put cash handling fee. Cash handling fee. This one is taxable. You can verify from the last page. And then the amount is 14.50. Guys, every transaction has a mark when it comes to cash payment and cash receipt. And also the ones that you calculate for the invoice from the invoices, there's a mark including the discount. The discount will have a mark as well. So it's 14.50. Enter. Until the next line, just like that, we are done with number 8. We go to number 9. Number 9, it says electronic transfer from Silverray for settling the invoice on 5 May. So now this one we are going to need to refer. We will need to refer. I did make a screenshot just like yesterday. Let me check. Yes, I did make a screenshot. Here's the screenshot. Now this is the invoice of Silverray, and then Silverray had a return as well. So this is the return. This is the debit note of Silverray. So now in this case, what do we need? The first thing that we need, because it only talks about the invoice, ne? It only talks about the invoice dated Mhlaka 5. So we only concentrate on the invoice. We don't even look at the opening balances. We don't even check whether there are opening balances. So now here the amount is 3,465.08, and then on the return is 476.02. All right, I'm going to write this amount on our spreadsheet. For the invoice, I will write it on the left, ne? Okay, for the from the invoice. This one is from the invoice, and it's 3465.08. Tap. This one is for the return, 476.02. Let me verify, guys. Let me verify. Oh, invoice here. Okay. 476.02. Whilst the other one is 346508. All right. So guys, this is the invoice. This one is the return. Debit note, return. It's the debit note, right? So now we are going to calculate. We need to subtract the returns from the invoice so that we can determine how much is due to the supplier. Because now our returns reduces what? Our debt, right? So let's say to say because we have returned some of the products or some of the items that we bought on credit. So now we say it equals to this minus this one. The invoice minus the return, then enter. You get the amount due. Now it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. We need to check if there are terms and conditions of this purchase, and that one you'll get it from the invoice itself. But I can just open the question paper. I'm not sure whether the question. I think okay. Here's the question paper. Yes. So we need to check the original the information, the original invoice. So I will just check here from the question paper. I'm looking for the invoice for Silver Ray. Wait, sure. Okay. Yeah, here's our invoice for Silver Ray, dated Mhlaka 5. Now, the terms and conditions of the purchase was 2.5% within 30 days. Obviously, guys, we're saying Mhlaka 5, we bought from Mhlaka 5, and then we are paying, settling the invoice on the 30. Obviously, it's not yet, or the payment is being made within the terms. So now we must calculate the discount. And then, if we check from the bank statement, let's check from the bank statement. It's please, Robani. I didn't even check if we have the amount. I just started to calculate. It's 0909 from the bank statement 09. We do have the amount here, and the amount is 2,914.34. Then, but when we calculate here on our spreadsheet, the amount due is 2,900, whilst on the bank statement, 2,914, but here is 2,989. It means there's a discount. So you can simply determine the discount by saying equals to this amount, the full amount that is due, multiply by 2.5 divided by 100. Enter. You get 74.73. Okay, equals to again the very same amount multiplied by 97.5. It's 97.5 because I've minused 2.5%, which is the discount. Divide by 100. Now you see, you get 2914.33. 33. Okay, is this one correct? Supposed to be 34. I don't know which one is rounded off, but it's supposed to be 34. This one, it's 34 on this one. But because we are given, it's fine. Let's avoid confusion. You can just simply say this one minus the amount that appears on the bank statement, because once you see that the payment that has been made from the bank statement is not the same as the amount that is due, then it means there's a discount. So you need to say this minus the bank statement amount, 2009-14. Oh, is it correct? No. 2009-14, yes, 2009-14 point. 2009-14 point, silver rate 0.34 cents. 0.34 cents. Enter. Then our discount is 74.72 cents. So when I calculate, I got 74.73. Somehow, I don't know what I did wrong, but it's 74.72 cents when you minus. So this is our discount. You are going to get 1 mark, guys, for getting this discount. So though, if there's a need for the calculation, you must calculate the discount as well. So the date here is dating. Sorry, it wrote here 02. State GCS. It's this one. It's S. It's supplier. Then you'll get list of suppliers. You select Silver Ray. Then the reference description, it says, okay, what does it say here? Settling the invoice. Settlement of invoice dated Saga 5. That's your description. Settlement of invoice dated 0503 2024. I don't know what I did. I'm saying contra. I'm looking, I it off. It's 2024. Okay, it doesn't allow me to proceed. Just reduce here. 24. All right, the amount is appearing on the bank statement, which is, you take it as it is from the bank statement. Remember, the amount from the bank statement is correct, 2,914.34. Then the discount, remember, it's you put it under amount 72 point, I think point, is it 72.74 or 74.72? Here we go. Let me go to Excel. Sorry, 74.72, correct. 74.72. Just like that, you got yourself 2 marks for the transaction. All right, let's proceed. And then number 10, it says here, direct transfer 233456 to Supplier racking and shelving for settling the full account. Early payment terms is allowed on the full outstanding amount. So this one, it says the early payment terms apply on the full outstanding amount. So now we need to check if we have opening balance and invoice for this one. Okay, Superior raking. Here it is, Superior raking. The amount is 2,620 of the invoice. There is no credit, there is no debit note, there is no return. We only had one return, which was for Silveray, and we also already used that one to calculate. Now let's look at the balances. Let's check if we do have opening balances. For the balance, it says 0 here. Now the calculation is simple. Okay, let me move down again to the invoice information. Okay, Superior raking and shelving, the total is 2,620. The terms are 5% within 30 days. So now 6,000, so 2,620. Let me open our invoice. So now I'll do this one separate here. The amount is 2,620, and then the terms are 5% within 60 days. So the payment is being made within the terms. So to calculate it means that we have we also have a discount here. So to calculate, we are going to say equals to the amount multiplied by 95%, because remember guys, 5% discount, so I have minus 5% from 100, so I'm left with 95%. The 95% is the amount to be paid to the supplier, divided by 100. Basically here I will calculate the discount equals to, or you can just say this minus this, but with the calculation formula, I will say the amount multiplied by 5 divided by 100. So this one is the discount. Discount is 131. Settlement is 2,489. All right, 2,489. I will refer if I forget. So now the date of the transaction is also 30. It's a supplier as well. GCS is a supplier. Superior raking and shelving. Enter until description. Settle full amount. This one is settle full amount. Full amount.